My friends, the 50 state shred continues. I'm still in Alabama today, but I've made my way to the southeast corner, the switchgrass region they call it. I'm in Dothan, and I got an email invite not too long ago from a guy who lives here talking about the Forever Wild Trails and how they are up and coming, they're building more, and this is gonna hopefully be a little hidden gem to find. Looking at on Trail Forks, I'm like, it looks okay, I don't know. But supposedly, they've just built a couple more miles, so I'm really looking forward to checking this out and seeing what they've got. I had one of the worst headaches I've ever had last night, and I was very, very curious to see how that translated into my recovery. This may sound absolutely crazy, but when I have Girl Scout cookies, the Thin Mints, they give me an insane headache. And I was like, no big deal. That's probably not a real thing. I'll have some Thin Mints. And I had a horrific headache last night. I spent a couple hours last night just in agony, writhing around, where you just can't imagine it ever being over. But finally it broke and I was able to get to sleep, and I got about 7 hours of sleep, 8 hours in bed. So it was very interesting to see how this would have correlated, because my buddy Michael got into a bad mountain bike crash. He got a concussion, and his whoop strap was telling him that he was at like 0% recovery for several days. And I am feeling good this morning, and I am gonna take on a ride, but I want to keep listening to my body and having things happen. The longer I wear the whoop strap, the more information, the more data I'm gonna get, and the more I will hopefully be able to learn. If you're interested in taking control of your fitness this year, check out the whoop strap, whoop.com. Use code BKXC to save 15% off your subscription. Today's adventure is going to be at the Forever Wild Trails inside of Dothan, Alabama. So normally you've got trails and parks. They're usually pretty far from the city, but this is a very special place. There's a whole big story that hopefully I'll do justice as we ride. These guys, southeastern Alabama mountain bikers, have done an awesome job out here. I cannot wait to actually see these trails. We got a bike wash out here. The pump track going, a little BMX action. Nice. Whoa. It's a little chunked up, but not too bad. Oh, look at this, bike repair station. Man. Okay.
We have a Michelin plant here in Dothan.
Oh, wow. Got Jesse leading the way. James and Richard behind me. All members of the Southeast Alabama mountain bikers. Oh, yeah. This park is made up of 3 different properties, the biggest of which used to be a wastewater plant that they turned into just natural area. And James even said they won an award for how well they were able to clean up the site. But they knew they didn't really want to make the site a place for development, for homes, and getting sued because it used to be a wastewater plant. So they really wanted to turn that area into a park. So that's where Forever Wild comes in. And Forever Wild is an organization that was created after offshore drilling started in the Gulf Coast off of Alabama. So they set aside $15 million a year. The oil company is a conglomerate to buy land in Alabama, wild land like this, parkland, to turn it into parks for people to use, not just to buy big tracts of land and set it aside for it to actually be used and build trails. I'll get back to that story in a second. So this is Dragon's Tail. This is the first advanced loop that they've done. It's not quite open to the public yet, but very, very soon. So it's really a crazy story about how Kim was working with Forever Wild. He's working with the government. He's working with landowners to try to bring all this together. And Forever Wild wouldn't buy the property unless they knew that trails were going to get built. And then they needed a grant to actually build the trails. And the people who would give the money for the grant weren't gonna give it unless the property was owned. So it was this crazy chicken and the egg scenario where Kim was having to juggle all these things, and it even came down to the last day of the fiscal year where one of the powers that be said, man, we're not gonna be able to make this happen unless we get a signature from the governor, the lieutenant governor,
and the Speaker of the House of Alabama. And luckily, Kim was so well connected with all the different people here in Dothan that he was able to make that happen the next day. He actually got like the impossible, getting a signature from all the higher ups in Alabama. And that's how bad people wanted to make this happen and actually get these parks open. So within a year and a half of acquiring the land, they got trails going, they built everything, and now it's going. And like I said earlier, this is an urban park. 10,000 people can walk to this park from their home. It's very cool. Yeah. Oh. They said they imported 100 tons of rocks from Tennessee. Jesse in front of me, it's his first time on this new trail. James rode it for the first time. He's way up front here for the first time yesterday. Yeah, okay. Just the dragon's back. Manufactured chunk. They've got about 10 miles right now, and then this loop will add about 3 more miles to the whole system. And this is the right time of year to ride. I was joking with the guys about the summer must be so hot down here. And James said, they don't call it humidity, they call it humility. You start sweating just getting out of the car, walking to your bike. Oh!
There you go.
Jesse said that little loop was all built within the past month and a half or so, 6 weeks. Mark it, clear it, build it. So these guys have 3 trailheads, another bike wash, another bike stand, another parking lot. Really cool how much infrastructure is in place for them to just be ready to go. Dressing rooms, that's always nice to have a little private dressing room. Whoa. Don't slip on the pine needles. Yeah. Yeah. I like this. Really cool jumps. Oops. Yee-hee. Oh man. Super sweet. That was tons of fun. That was the right kind of flow, man. There's so many trails that kind of have the flow-ish, but you can lock on like that, go fast. Oh, that was the real deal. Some trails are flow in name only. That was real flow. So down here in southeast Alabama, 15 miles to the east is Georgia, 15 miles to the south is Florida. So on the weekends, you guys got a lot of people out?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It's a mountain biker town. That's what they're trying to be. Thunderstorms in the forecast for later today, with the sun shining right now. Oh, it's going left, okay. Haha, sweet.
I like that better than I do that.
Yeah. It's crazy how big you have to build something like this. Yeah. Oh, that's a cool triple hump.
The first time I come into the wall ride, we just opened it. I was like one of the first people to ride it, and I came in way too hot. And it would have been fine if I'd been off to the right, but I entered the wall in the middle, which of course took me off the end of the wall. And then there's that berm on the end of the wall. Well, I landed on top of the berm, nose down, and I did one of these right in front of my wife. She has since told me I can't ride it no more.
No more.
No more.
Any gators out here?
I've heard reports of 1 or 2 gators spotted, but I've never seen one.
They were telling me this levee thing on the left, it looks natural, but it was actually a farmer in the 40s was trying to dam this area off to build a pond, and then it just never worked. It never held water. Oh, I missed it. I gotta go back. Oh, you guys are coming this way. That's what you said it was easier. And now we found ourselves on another new trail, which was built within the past week. These guys are going hard. Busy beavers. As the logo, their mountain bike club logo shows. Hey, actually had enough speed to get it. Halfway. Whoa, super skinny. Whoa. Nice. When you build something like this in your town, you are guaranteeing that the next crop, the next generation of mountain bikers is going to be real good. And they're going to have such a fun time using the outdoors and having fun and being involved in their community, building more trails. Do it for the kids. Us old guys like it too, though. These guys were just telling me that they got 125,000 bucks to build 4 miles of those advanced loops that we just did. So there's 2 different advanced loops. Man, that's so cool. And Kim, the main man of these trails, has a 92% success rate with writing grants throughout his career over, decades. So that is super cool. All the pieces are in place for this to become something so good. And the timing could not have worked better, because now these trails will be open to the public probably right as this video comes out. Man, the lesson I'm learning from being out here and listening to these guys is you can't do it alone. You need the mountain bikers, you need the city, the municipality, and then you need landowner, like Forever Wild, to be involved and for everybody to be pulling in the same direction. Oh, he smoked me on that. I think the future of mountain biking is pretty strong. The next generation of people growing up, or maybe they would have been getting into golf, something like that. I think mountain biking is going to start taking over.
We don't have a whole lot of elevation, but we make it work.
Hell yeah, you guys do. You're making it work really good. I'm so surprised how good this is. They say they get about 600 feet of climbing in 10 miles. It feels like you're getting more. The climbs aren't hard, but the flow is legit and fast. That's all that matters. It's so easy to just build a trail that kind of winds back and forth and you never have any fun. I've seen them. I've ridden them. Oh, the birth of a trail. How's it going? I'm Brian.
Preston.
Nice to meet you, Preston.
You too, man.
So you're the owner of Flow Motion?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
About 8 years now.
Building trails?
Yeah.
Nice.
Traveling all over the South. About 130 now.
On your resume.
Yes. Yep. And I got the proof. It's out there. You can go find it.
So how do you start a trail building company?
Yeah, I was just a mountain biker, man. I was like these guys, just volunteer and building trails on my own with a group and hand building it. And we got him involved.
He was
They
a
came in.
landscaper by
Okay.
Yeah,
Right,
I had a
too,
landscaping
that
business, so I had a little equipment.
Couple of the toys, yeah.
Yep. But I sold it and got all the specialized stuff.
He works hard, man. He works sun up, sun down, and 7 days a week because it may rain.
That's what it
the next
takes.
day.
Yep.
Oh,
You
yeah.
got to get the contract filled.
Yep. There's always a deadline. There's always other people wanting more trail. I mean, I had to turn down a job yesterday.
Supply and demand.
Wheat job. I'm like, yeah, can't do it in that timeline.
All right, tell me about this.
Yeah.
What's this run you?
Man, that's my Diva digger.
Diva digger.
Yeah. So my other excavator's open canopy. So you're just fighting the yellow jackets and skeeters and the heat and the cold. Well, when you get my age, man, it's time for a little bit of R&R
comfort
while you work. Yep.
So you got AC in there?
Oh yeah. I got Bluetooth. There's nothing missing.
Well, that was very fortuitous to get to run into Preston on the trail and hear his story. And now I hear the thunder in the distance. The golden age of trail building. These bridges were paid for by a grant from the Wiregrass Foundation. This region of southern Alabama, western Florida, and southwestern Georgia, it's called the Wiregrass region. Certain type of grass that grows in this area. So a few trees have actually fallen across this thing and taken out the railing, but the base is super strong. They haven't had to replace any of the base, but they have had to replace some of the rails. Yeah, when the beavers are at work, there's always a chance that these trees are going to be falling. Oh man. Woo-hoo. Good way to end the day. The diamond in the rough. What a cool place. Jesse, thank you so much, man.
No problem, man.
James.
Brian, thank you,
Richard.
man. Thank you.
Fantastic. Now they're gonna try to get me to eat some oysters. We're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah.
We're about to go eat, but first I'm gonna get cleaned up in my hotel room, take a shower. The people of Dothan were kind enough to hook me up with a hotel room, and I'm very grateful for that, so I can get some editing done. It's gonna start raining tomorrow, and the next day I'm gonna get a couple of videos edited in a nice, comfortable, clean hotel room. Nice little standard room setup, but we've got the balcony overlooking the pool. Okay, what's the deal?
So you go just like that.
Okay, so I gotta scoop it out, put it on a cracker.
I want to eat the cracker with it, yeah. It's a delicacy, man. It's a delicacy.
Yeah, it's not Survivor or anything. That's not too bad. My first ever try at oysters, that was pretty good. It was okay. It's not something I would like really care about, but it didn't offend me. I think a lot of people just can't do it, but yep, that was fine. But I did get the shrimp, fried shrimp, so good. Came with a couple hush puppies. Hunt's, very, very good little spot in Dothan. It's time for me to get rolling on to the next one, but I'm so glad I was able to stop in Dothan, get to hear the story, get to see a group of people coming together to actually make something real, not just sitting online and complaining. Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.